So, I'm going to tell you something motivating. This might be my last YouTube video, maybe not, because my life is very restricted and controversial, and those who following to trying to find a bait to cut me down. Um, in in um in because you're one of my controllers of my life. But I'm sorry, but it's not really about you, and maybe it is. Anyway, for those of you, I was interested um to inspired by KJ, the scary mover about he said about stories about dreams. So I'm gonna tell you mine since I'm in deep reflection, my own reflection of my life. Let's say that my dream of self-reflection. Before I start talking about my dream, just say that we in reality, but basically we all are forced by mirrors in some ways. The phones that we have is mirrors. The TVs that we have is mirrors. Actual mirrors that we assess with as modern society was once obscure. Mirrors was only seemed to assemble by magicians who appeared, or jesters, or 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 emperors and queens, and sometimes even royal princesses, because they went to extreme worlds where they could see reflection and know what they are. But mirrors, it's always, no matter how much you run away, mirrors always project yourself and the world around you, no matter how much you can run or hide. So you're either to therefore to escape or to run. So why does this tie into my about my dream? Well, one time ago, when I was in my pre-teen way, I was 12 and I was worrying about the world like anything because in my mind, since a toddler, I always seen the world as it really was and was not great. So for me, and yes, I saw, within my own playgroup that the world was not kind, prejudiced, mean, and cruel. Even though I always hoped there was some good in it, because I must event in this world to have some good. But anyway, so I always wondered about my future, always asked and wondered, and maybe like most native people, because my mom's side of the family is native tribal people, that maybe my spiritual began that get a gift of actually spiritually walking, and that's probably maybe why I was spiritually a spirit dream walker at the time, or maybe when one's soul is actually yearning for answers, they are walking past the dream state to actually somewhere near the dream world. We just don't know. But to my understanding, that is something. So some people in the LDS Church, known as the Latter-day Saints Church, consider that certain people who from spiritual tribes have spiritual gifts. So my breakup blessing says I'm a spirit tribe of Ephraim. So most people I've met who were Ephraim did say that they had experience of growing up in having visions, but if you don't use your gift wisely, it goes. So it could be that too, but it's a mixture. It's a mixture, which I like to believe all three. So 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 basically, I was 14 and I was questioning about. I was 14 or 12, so I was wondering when my life is going to be better or anything. So I had this dream. Now now it was felt like it was a neither world, a very world like our world, but it was slightly the opposite. Things were slightly more fancier, more sophisticated, or maybe even more advanced. Technology maybe was considered a good thing, but I don't know. But you say that my I felt the world was slightly advanced compared to the other side of the mirror of this world in my dream. But somehow I knew that deep down it was about my own future, about showing myself an older person, probably 16 or 18, dating the opposite sex, since LDS Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints culture advised in dating is 16 plus. So for me, it was not really considered ideally. Dating was none was not an idea, but you could always consider of fancying someone. But for me, I didn't really fancy much people. My all I was thinking was of survival. And maybe at times I did dream about maybe having someone perfect, but but never really thinking much about it. So basically, yeah. So I was in this dream where, as I said, I was in a building, and it was a house slightly better than my family house, and I was picked up by three teenagers in a car, just like you see in the movies. This nice sports car, and I was in the car, and basically, so two girls, two guys, right, and another couple as well. So so two girls, two guys, and then a guy also who was dating me too. And we all hopped on. Now the atmosphere would look so much prettier and clearer and brighter compared to the actual world that I was actually in my non-awakened state. So basically, I was in the car, we was in a sports car, open top, convertible, and fasting down the alley until we went to this really fancy building where to make herself all nice and fancy, to make us a makeover. So so we went to this beauty spa building, and in this building, just like this fancy things you see in Harper's Bazaar, or you see in Kardashians or in MTV Cribs and stuff, right? I was born in 1986, so Kardashians show was not very available at the time. It was Britney Spears and all that kind of stuff. But I remember that we had MTV, so we had MTV Cribs, like of life of wannabe famous people. So So, so you had your hair nicely done, makeup, to go to somewhere even more fancier. But somehow I was abandoned. They're gone, and I was stuck in this back end private room. There was nobody in. Everybody else, and if every everyone else was not there, as if the door was this there, but nobody actually noticed. So we were so busy having everybody doing their hair, makeup, prep, everything. But I was stuck in this little room. The only thing with a big mirror, and maybe another mirror. I can't remember. This is decades ago, but it still makes a big deal to me this day. So 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 and how the feeling was gone. So in my dream, it showed that they didn't really thought about me. They sort of questioned, but then was left and was gone. And I look at the window, and plus in the room that was trapped, I was in the window. I could see that basically that they left me, and I was abandoned, stuck there, looking at myself in the mirror, looking them gone, and I was alone. I was trying so hard trying to find different makeups, different clothes, everything. But something I couldn't. There was something I couldn't change. No matter how much I could change, the door would not open. I was still stuck. I cried a stream and cried, but nobody was answering. I was stuck looking at my reflection and knowing that no matter what I did, I couldn't do nothing about it. And no matter how much I could look at out the window, I couldn't do much. Now, these days, that's pretty much my life. Somehow it was an addiction that basically I would be stuck, that my own peers will forget about me. They were so busy having a lovely time. The world would not accept me no matter how much I change, no matter how much I lose the weight, no matter how much I change myself, my personality of being accepted. But somehow the world knew that they could not accept me, so I was trapped. No matter how much I wanted to get out, nobody wanted to, unless there was someone who had a willing heart to open the door to me. And that's my life. In some ways, I think the building is a spacious building. In the Book of Mormon, it mentions a spacious building. So I see that it could be a Lehigh stream that could actually means that I am trapped because the world does not want me there. They don't allow real people, which now today, with Facebook and everybody else, people who are actually genuinely real, on those who look down on people for posting online, even on like Facebook, Twitter, anything, for being real, for putting out about difficulties, or people who talk about the difficulties and struggles are considered downers, and people who actually share their real experiences feel like they're insufficient. So in some ways, they're locked in a building, forced to look out themselves, feeling that they can never make a difference in the world. Never, never. No way. The real people, are locked up in this little attic room. With, but, but yeah, that's so. In some ways, it was projecting how I was in security. The dream was basically reminding me that So when I woke up, I knew that that dream was basically about how I was feeling about my own insecurities, because knew I was really rejected a long time ago as a toddler, way before I had my head injury, way before, because toddlers, they're very great and cute, but the world very messed up their heads way before technology was available. The only technology was TV and radio, and then TV. But they pick up what adults was picking up, and pretty much I was rejected. People who have pure souls, pretty much pure deep souls, pretty much are isolated. So if you're watching this video, I just felt to share this because maybe this will make a difference to you. I'm not sure what YouTube has in mind about this video, but please share if you feel that this might share my personal story to you.